Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another fantastic Arlington County matchup of football under the Friday night lights between the Wakefield Warriors and the homestanding Washington Lee Generals. I am Afshin Banab in the air chair. Frank Haddock in the booth going to help out a little bit tonight. You guys know Frank Haddock, Statman from Wakefield. This should be a great county matchup. Wakefield won the toss and they elected to receive. As you see, the captains now going to greet each other. Last year, Wakefield lost to Washington Lee 56-21. The Generals are on a 7-game winning streak. 11 out of the last 12 they've won here against Wakefield. And Wakefield is a number 7 seed. Is that correct, Frank? If the first time in 30 years. Amazing. Yeah, that's right.
The Wakefield Warriors have won the coin toss. They've elected to receive.
All right, 1975 was the last time Wakefield won at least 7 games. They finished 7-2-1 that year. They are 7-2 right now this year. Coach Wayne Hogwood doing a fantastic job with Wakefield. A Wakefield man is now coaching Wakefield, and of course Josh Shapiro in his 8th season at Washington Lee, equally well done job with him. Love what he does with his Generals. The other game tonight, Yorktown is at Mount Vernon. And by the way, just a housekeeping note, next week we will be back here at W&L for the finale. That great Arlington County matchup, Yorktown and Washington Lee. Wakefield will be at home against Mount Vernon to finish up their season.
Back deep to receive for Wakefield, number 26, Antoine Just.
All right, as I said, Wakefield to receive this kick. Antoine Just deep to receive for the Warriors. And what a turnaround Wakefield has had. All right, Maldonado, I believe, set to kick off. Here we go on Halloween night. This one's a short kick, taken at about the 15-yard line. I believe that is Just. He's over to the far side. Finally driven out of bounds. See who that was. That was Just. And he gets to the 34-yard line. You guys know who the quarterback is for Wakefield. It is Riley Wilson. So he will be under center. There's a big run. There's a player on the loose. This is going to be a touchdown for Wakefield on the opening play. Riley Wilson.
That's his longest run of the year. First touchdown as a rusher.
65 yards on the quarterback keeper. That's the way to start it off, huh, Frank?
Yes.
3 yards in a cloud of dust. That was a 65-yard run by Riley Wilson to open up this game. Make it 6-0. Ben Klein now to kick the extra point. Up. There's a muff on the snap, so Wakefield falls on it. So the unsuccessful PAT, and now Washington Lee will get the ball and see what they can do. I'm sure they weren't expecting that right off the get-go. He's done a really good job at Wakefield. That's right, with I think 3 seconds left. Yeah, he's come a long way. All right, 11:38 to go here in the opening quarter. And Wakefield set to kick off, up 6-0.
Number 14, Ben Klein, out
Now
kicking
Klein will
Wakefield.
kick. Love Klein as a kicker. Love
Number 80,
Roshane from Yorktown as a kicker. With some two really good, well, three kickers. All three kickers are really good, but those two are outstanding. Roshane gets it in the end zone almost every time. Let's see what Klein does with it here as the ball is placed at the 40-yard line. This one will be a bit short, taken over on the far side. I think it was at the 14, I believe.
number 80, Will Kelch on the
And that was Will Kelch on the return.
53-yard line, where the Generals will take over first and 10.
So the Generals will take over first down, 10 yards to go. Right about the 23-yard line. Opening possession now for Washington Lee. Three receivers on the near side, one to the far side already for Ronnie Fexo. He looks over to the near side. He completes it to Blvd, and he doesn't really go very far.
Completed to number 1, Wade Ollier. Tackle made, number 34, Chris Robertson.
Robertson, the running back for Wakefield, and the linebacker makes the tackle.
Short gain on the play, 2nd and 9 for the Generals.
So they give him officially 1 yard on that one. He gets it to the 24. 11 minutes and counting. 2nd down 9 now for Washington Lee. Now there's one receiver to the near, one to the far. Here is the handoff. And this one gives it to DeQuay Harris, does Fexo, and he gets knocked out of bounds. DeQuay Harris, the 5'10", 165-pound senior, doing an excellent job this year for Washington Lee in the ground game. There you see Harris. He gets hit hard out of bounds, gets right back up, and he goes back to the huddle. So it's 3rd down 6 now for the Generals. Ball at the 28-yard line. Fexo, he drew Wakefield offside. Good cadence there. They'll pick up 5 yards, it looks like. The officials for tonight's game, our referee is David Lund, the umpire Jeff Chappelle, the lineman Bill Malin, the line judge Mark Taylor, the back judge Randy Sprouse, and up here in the booth with us, Michael Wilson, our electric clock operator. 10:22 to go here on Arlington Independent Media, Comcast 69, Fios 38. Afshin Banab, Frank Haddock, and the rest of the Arlington Independent Media crew. Our high school game of the week on Halloween night here from Moore Memorial Stadium. Fexo on 3rd and 1. He hands it off to Harris. Harris will pick up the first down. And run. There's a good look at Harris. And there you see the end of that replay. Leon Young on that stop, by the way, so running back stops a running back. 1st and 10 now. Ball right at the 35-yard line. Fexo with 3 receivers on the far side, and he gives it to number 28, DeQuay Harris. He gets hard by a host of Wakefield Warriors. Leon Young again gets credit for that stop, and it's a good stop it was. 9:42 to go. You see Harris gets hit by about 3 or 4 Wakefield Warriors, and he gets hit hard. Leon Young gets credit for that one. So it's 2nd down, 6, ball at the 39-yard line. Again, 3 receivers on the far side for Fexo. Almost drew Wakefield off again. Fexo now stays in the pocket, looks to his right. This one was just a bit overthrown and deflected. That pass was intended for Kelch. I like how Fexo stayed in the pocket there. And he took his time, but he just couldn't get it to the receiver, and it was deflected there. So there's timeout on the field. Next week, we are back here at Washington Lee as it is the Yorktown Patriots and the Washington Lee Generals. Wakefield, the number 7 seed if the playoffs were to start today. A win these last 2 weeks. If they win tonight, they win next week, that only moves them up higher in the rankings. And you want to have one of those top 8 seeds so you can have a home game. Yeah.
And then Division 5, if you look at it, only between Wakefield, Falls Church, and County Stonebridge, they're only local teams really, in our area. Not,
right.
Than driving, we don't drive that far. But there's not that. Since they realigned these things, it's only bad about Division 5. Like last year, Falls Church was one of the only teams that got to host the game, and they won one, which was great.
And they did. They had a really good season last year.
They're having a great season again this year, too. They lost 2 heartbreakers, one to WNL and one to Wakefield.
Well, where they're seated now, what, Frank?
They're 4.
They're 4, which is funny because Wakefield beat Falls Church this year.
Right, but Falls Church got a lot of points when Yorktown beat Wakefield.
That's right.
And Wakefield didn't get many points for beating George Mason.
No.
So.
Fexo's pass is complete for a first down. And that went to Henry Casey, the 6', 180-pound junior. He crosses the 45 to about the 48-yard line. More than enough for a first down.
And one thing this year, it could be the first time ever that all 3 public schools in Arlington get in the playoffs.
They have a great chance of doing that, as you see Casey with the catch there. Good catch. He waited for that ball. So it's 1st and 10 now for Washington Lee. There is the handoff. Harris crosses midfield into Wakefield territory. Picks up 3 yards there, so we'll make it we'll call it a 2nd down 7. Not too many, but they're there, and they're still. Actually, I do see some people still filing in. So as we're just underway, 8:40 and counting here in the first quarter. All right, there's the draw. DeQuay Harris gets to the 45, still on his feet, falls forward, picks up a couple more yards. Kevin Greenwell on the stop here. Watch Harris staying on his feet. Then he gets tackled, but Harris, good job falling forward, picking up a couple extra yards. Looks like there's an injury on the field right at about the 48-yard line. .27 to go here in the first quarter. And Frank, the culture at Wakefield has changed dramatically over the last year or two, hasn't it? With new coach there, Riley Wilson, transferring from Yorktown to Wakefield. Leon Young doing a great, his ground game. That ground game over there is great. All right. This will be 3rd and 1 for WNL. 8:27 to go. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Ronnie Fexo out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers on the near side. He's got 1 on the far. Of course, he gives it to DeQuay Harris. He's got the first down. He crosses the Wakefield 40. Just inside the 40-yard line. WNL slowly but surely matriculating the ball downfield. 8:08 to go in the first. 6-0 Wakefield on top, opening play. Riley Wilson on the quarterback keeper for 65 yards up the middle for a touchdown. Fexo this time with the fake to Harris. The pass, that's complete. Henry Casey with a nice catch right at the 25-yard line. Enough for a first down. All right, 2 receivers on the near side. 1 on the far side again for Fexo. Out of the pistol, here he is. This time it is the give to Harris. He's going to turn it, crosses the 20, keeps it in his left hand, falls down to about the 18-yard line. DeQuay Harris with a nice 7-yard pickup. Leon Young again with the stop. And Leon Young has done that quite a few times already tonight. 7-yard pickup. Love the way Harris is going around the corner. He turns that corner and picks up as much as he can. He keeps those legs churning. Second down 3 now, ball at the 18. Fexo with the give to Harris. Harris trying to find room. He gets taken down hard. Maybe a yard on that one. Wakefield's at the 16-yard line. So they actually give him 2 on that one. So it's 3rd down 2. Fexo again out of the gun. See what he does. This time he gives it to Seneca Espinoza. He tries to turn it up. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Cross the 15. Let's see where they spot the ball. Needed to get to right about the 14-yard line, and they give him the 1st down. Check out Espinoza here as he turns the corner. Nice little cutback, but when he's behind one of the blockers, he's met head on. But Seneca was able to get a nice little push for forward progress to get the 1st down. So they mark it right at the 15-yard line. Just inside the 15, enough for a 1st down. .540 and counting here in 1st quarter. Fexo again. There he is, Seneca Espinoza. It is a touchdown for Washington Lee. Watch Espinoza turn that corner again. Bull rushes his way forward into the end zone, just gets past that pylon. Touchdown Washington Lee, Frank. 15-yard run. Yep. Washington Lee just took a little longer. And that kick is good. So, in the 1st quarter with 5:25 to go, after that extra point, Washington Lee on top, 7-6. Wakefield comes out with a bang. They open up this game on a 65-yard quarterback keeper by Riley Wilson, right up the middle for a touchdown. That was with 11:38 to go. Now we're down to 5:25. Washington Lee took that ball downfield and took up quite a bit of time off that clock with 5:25 to go. They score on Seneca Espinoza's 15-yard touchdown. Here we are in the 1st quarter. So now we'll see Wakefield again, their 2nd possession of the evening in just a minute. And that is Jamal Zagat. Tyler Lutz meets Jamal Zagat right at about the 25-yard line, as you see right here. Zagat couldn't really turn it. Lutz gets credit for the tackle. He had a little help from his friends. All right, Frank, now we'll really see Wakefield now with their 2nd possession. Yeah. All right, in motion, I believe that is Young. Let's see. That was Leon Young who picked up about 5 yards. We'll see a lot of Leon Young, just like we saw a lot of Duquay Harris, but sprinkle in a little bit of Kareem Hall as well. So give that that's a 5-yard pickup. We'll see a little bit of Chris Robertson too. All right, 2nd down 5 now for Riley Wilson. He's going to keep it himself. He crosses the 35, 1st down.
Number 8, Riley Wilson, ball carrier. Tackle made at number 5, Stephen Dewey.
Wilson did a good job again. This time they had to stop him. He didn't want another long run. Officials timeout right now to, I guess they're going to measure this one. What do you say, Frank? Call it real quick. I say he got it. Okay. And the officials, yeah, the officials say Afshin and Frank are wrong. So we'll make it 3rd and inches. I really thought he had it. All right, Wilson now. Only one receiver to the near side. Man in motion, Wilson with a handoff to Young. He gets stuffed. We'll see where they mark this ball, Frank. He may have gotten it. That was Kareem Hall. Yep. They give him the forward progress. 1st down. Let's see if he really got it here. It's going to be hard to tell as our camera zooms in on that. That one was a tough call, but the officials gave it to him. They're down there. We're not. Ball on the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Wakefield. Again, man in motion. Out of the shotgun, Riley Wilson. He throws it. He has completed it. There is a flag on the play. Bemnet Semoun. You'll hear his name a little bit tonight. Let's see what the flag is. That one goes against the offense, illegal motion, so bring that one back. And you see David Lund with the call. 4 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter, 7-6. Washington Lee on top. So move that one back. And now, repeat the 1st down. Now, ball is at the 31-yard line, but it's 1st and 15. All right, man in motion. Wilson rolling out to his left. He goes down. Diego Orantes sacks Riley Wilson, so there's a loss of 6 there. Wakefield going backwards, Frank. He didn't have any place to go. That's what you call containment. You see how Orantes contained. He didn't hesitate. Now, all right, 2nd down, 21. Now ball at the 24-yard line. Wilson up the middle. He's got a receiver. This one, incomplete. That one was intended for Chris Robertson. Right at the 3-minute mark. You see the band is striking it up right now. They had a good rendition of the national anthem before the start of the game. All right, big play, Frank. 3rd and 21. Washington Lee showing blitz. There's Wilson now with the handoff. That's Leon Young. He gets up to about the 34, maybe 35-yard line. Well short of the first down, so they will have to punt. Espinoza on the stop. Quinn Parks, the single safety, standing at about his own 30-yard line, and Ben Klein will punt. Let's see where Klein decides to put this one. Quinn Parks will obviously let it bounce as it bounces, crosses the 30 to the 25. It's down there right around the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. So good punt by Klein. They stop it right at the 20. And the Generals will get the ball back now with a chance to extend the lead. So there's 2:01 to go. (7-6) Washington Lee on top. Wakefield with an opening play of a 65-yard quarterback keep. Then Washington Lee took their opening drive. Took about 6 minutes off. Here we are with 2 minutes left. There's a pass, and that one is complete to Zane Kokar. Or I'm sorry, not to Zane Kokar, but to Bled Aliu. So he picks up 4 on that one. That's how they started off their last drive. First play of their opening drive, Washington Lee did the same thing. So 1:40 to go. Aliu, the receiver on the near side. Fexo with 2 receivers on the far side. Out of the gun, there is the handoff. That's DeQuay Harris. He cuts it back, crosses the 25, and gets pushed back a little bit before he's taken down. DeQuay Harris, through this first quarter, has been a workhorse for Washington Lee. Here he is. I like how he always cuts back. He's got great vision. Unfortunately, he got stopped by a host of Wakefield Warriors. So 3rd down, 5 ball on the 26. 45 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. All right, 2 receivers to the near side. He's got 1 on the far side. This one is a high over Fexo's head. He's got a fall on it. Ball is still loose. Still loose. Still a scramble for it on the far side. Washington Lee looks like they picked it up. They stopped. They got back on it finally, but they lost a lot there. They were at the 26. Ball officially marked at their own 4-yard line. So a loss of 22 on that one. So they're deep in their own territory, under the shadows of their own goalpost. So far back that Leon Hall is standing at the Washington Lee 35 to receive this punt. And that's the end of the first quarter. They'll walk down the other end. So first big play there, Frank. Fortunately it wasn't a turnover, you know. Cold night here, football under the Friday night lights. Afshin Banab, Frank Haddock, and the Arlington Independent Media crew, 7-6, Washington Lee on top of Wakefield. And Frank, you love these Arlington County matchups, and the one thing that I'm afraid of, as you are, I think, and a lot of people, is that we may not have these matchups beginning in 2015. That's important. Which will be fine, I think, as long as they play each other. As as long as they play each other, I think that's all that people care about.
Right now, it sounds like it's definitely a go, but
Okay.
It's going to be probably early season, like somewhere in the first.
All right, Leon Hall now set to, he was going to let this one go. And Wakefield, the ball will stop. Oh, wow, it crosses midfield and goes back in to Wakefield territory. Frank, I don't know if our audience can hear you. There is something wrong with, I think, your headset now. We'll see if we can get that adjusted. All right, so Wakefield now 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. So when I'm asking you a question, I'd go silent. Like, what's that man Afshin doing? Yeah, and NFL coaches, you know how they feel about mics. All right, Zane Kokar, the receiver on the near side. This handoff up the gut. And that is Leon Young. He gets to midfield. Juan Hernandez and Brian Maldonado on the stop. All right, here is Leon Young again. Sorzano on the stop. All right, so now it's 3rd down 7. Just past the 50-yard line in Washington Lee territory. Big play here for Wakefield. All right, the big guy, Wilson, under center. There's a flag on the play. He's got a receiver open. That's complete to Kokar on the far side. Let's see what the call is. Kokar up to the 34-yard line. There's an illegal shift again, this time against Wakefield. So bring it back. See if we could, I don't know if we have a replay of that. We could see that illegal shift if it did happen, because I didn't see it. Here's this play. This results into a 5-yard penalty, by the way. Couldn't quite tell there. That was a good play nonetheless. All right, there's a timeout, 10:24 to go here in the second quarter, 7-6. Good night for football, Frank, too. Nice, cold, crisp. No, not quite. Not quite, but it is crisp. All right, let's see. Can they hear you now, Frank? Say something. Let's see if we got you. All right, 10:24 to go. We'll get Frank's headset fixed as soon as we can. Robertson in motion. Riley with the fake. Riley Wilson, rather, with the throw. And no one was there but Greenfield. So that pass is incomplete with 10:15 to go. And that was Zane Kokar, the intended receiver. So Ben Klein now will punt. Single safety is Quinn Parks at the 25-yard line. Let's see where Klein puts this one. He's going to kick this over to his right, and it's going to take a nice little Wakefield bounce. And then it'll go out of bounds. It's on the 23-yard line, let's call it.
Line punt rolls out of bounds at the 22-yard line. And the Generals will take over first and 10.
So the Generals will take over now, 1st and 10 here with 10:04 to go in the second quarter. Look at this punt. Look how it just bounces right there. Klein does a great job. It's funny when you watch these kickers, these punters, Klein and Roshane. They kind of got that rugby-style kicking in their repertoire. There's movement on the line. And that'll be a false start, obviously, on the offense. So move that one back 5 yards. Go back to the 17, where it'll be 1st down and 15 for Washington Lee. All right, there's Espinoza. He's not going anywhere.
Number 6, Seneca Espinoza.
Nowhere for him.
Tackle made number 56, Kevin Greenwell.
Greenwell on the stop, and we mentioned his name quite a bit in last week's game against Stewart.
Second down for Washington Lee from their own 14-yard line.
So 2nd down. 2nd and long now for W&L. Out of the gun, Fexo looking across the middle. He's got a receiver. This one's incomplete. Intended. Henry Casey, and he couldn't get it. Jamal Zagat behind him was able to knock that ball away. Good defense by Zagat. Watch Zagat as you see him come up from behind Casey and knock it away. Just really good defense by the corner. 9:21 to go. 3rd down and long. Call it 3rd and 18. Ball spotted at the 14. Fexo, he completes it to Will Kelch, and he's going to be driven hard, and there's a flag on the play. Quite a few Wakefield Warriors on that stop. Give the credit to Maurice Gaskins. See what the penalty is. And Lund calls it on Washington Lee. Couldn't quite tell what he called. He did it quickly. Let's see if he does it again. David Lund, the official, the referee. There it is. That seems like it's an illegal block. Penalty is declined. Man in the white cap says, there I am, in all my glory. So this will bring up 4th down, and they'll have to punt. Leon Young, standing at the 42-yard line. And I've called Leon Hall, a few times this year, and one of the reasons is because one of my favorite players in the NFL, by way of University of Michigan, is Leon Hall, the cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals. But, young man, Leon Young, you are a heck of a player. Let's see what you do with this punt. This is not going to do much with it. It's a short punt, and this one goes out of bounds. And actually, Seneca Espinoza catches it. But he won't get much credit for it. Let's see where they stop it. They mark it at the 32-yard line. 33.
Dewey's punt kicked out of bounds. The Washington Lee 32-yard line. Wakefield will take over 1st and 10.
They call it the 30, right between the 31 and 32-yard line. Wakefield with great field position, 8:45 to go. All right, Wilson with Young back there with him. Young staying back to block. Wilson goes up top to the left corner, and it is overthrown. Isaiah Archer, the intended receiver. Archer, the 6'2", 155-pound junior. I'm surprised we haven't seen Archer as much this game as we have in the last couple of games. And Justin Moore, the big fella, the 6'2", 216-pounder for Wakefield. Those two guys, important pieces to the puzzle for Wayne Hogwood. All right, Wilson now with the handoff to Leon Young. He's got a little bit of room. Keone Solozano again on the stop. Thought Young was going to get a little bit more than he actually did, as you see. Ryan Jones comes up limping. He'll be okay. And back in soon. All right, big third down for the Warriors at the Washington Lee 27-yard line. Wakefield timeout. 8:23 remaining here in the first half. I know the audience can't hear you, Frank, but if the playoffs were to start today, who would Wakefield play? Patrick Henry Ashland, okay. And that would be at Wakefield, which they haven't had a home playoff game in forever. They never have, right?
No, this calendar year we're in now, Wakefield made the playoffs once back in 1986 in Riley. The game was on November 14th, so 28
okay.
years later, their next playoff game will be
November 14th.
better luck this time.
Yes, 1986 was the last home playoff game. Oh, that was at Edison. Okay, that was the last time they made the playoffs.
Edison was the state champs.
Okay.
30-6.
In 1986.
Right. That's
Edison beat Wakefield 30-6.
Division 1 and 2.
Okay.
And they came over 5 and 6 years later.
And then Edison went on to be division champs.
Right.
Or state champs.
They beat Stewart. They beat Potomac in the championship.
Okay, they beat Stewart and Potomac. Here is Leon Young. He catches it in the flat. Gets close to the 21-yard line. This is quite a season for Wakefield, though. Lutz on the stop.
I mean, Wakefield's been one of the – no one's had any bad luck with Wakefield. They've been one of the unfortunate all those years to lose.
Look at Young trying to elude some Washington Lee defenders. Another running back. I said Duquay Harris had great vision, but so does Leon Young. He catches that ball and he waits. He's patient, as you saw in that replay. Patient before he finds a certain hole that he wants to go through or a certain direction he wants to follow. All right, fourth down. Big play short. Riley Wilson with the fake op of the pitch. He may have been stopped. He fooled me. I thought he faked it. Kruger and Lutz on the stop. The officials are going to measure this one. Check this out. Here is Riley Wilson with the fake. He fooled me. I thought he kept it. And I think he should have kept it, actually. And Young couldn't get it. So it's 1st and 10 now for Washington Lee. They did make the stop on that 4th and short. By the way, up front blocking for Fexo, Jeffrey Kruger, Jose Perdomo, Genzorg Badbold, Mick Appel, and Justin Robinson. Those are the big boys up front for Fexo. And he's got 3 receivers on the near side, and he's looking this way. And he finds number 83 for Washington Lee, of course. That's Henry Casey. Nice little screen pass to Casey. Gaskins on the stop. Brings Casey down. 7-yard pickup. So it's 2nd and 3. Here he is right here. And he gets taken out by Gaskins from behind. So 7 yards on that pickup. Good pickup for first down. Fexo again, 3 receivers on the near, 1 on the far side. Fexo out of the pocket across the middle. This one is complete. And that is number 6, Seneca Espinoza, who crosses midfield for a Washington Lee first down. Jamal Zag out on the stop. There's Fexo staying patiently in the pocket, and he finds his receiver right down the middle across midfield, so it's a first down for W&L. There is DeQuay Harris. He's going to try to turn the corner, and he crosses the 45 to about the 44-yard line. 6:20 to go here, 7-6, Washington Lee on top. All right, second down now for W&L. Fexo out of the gun. The give to Harris again. He's going to have to turn this one quickly. Tries to turn the corner. He gets to the 40 before he's driven out of bounds. Good run by Harris. It looked like he had nothing. He picked up quite a bit. Leon Young, right here, looks like Harris is going to get stopped, and he's able to elude that initial Wakefield defender. Crosses the 40 before he's finally met by Leon Young and Anthony Tam. And you guys know who Anthony Tam is. That's Dominique's brother. That was good for a W&L first down, however. So it is 1st and 10, ball on the 36, 5:50 to go. Fexo looking to his left. This time he's got a receiver, and that one is complete. Henry Casey again. Fexo now feeling a little bit more comfortable looking for those receivers. More than a handful of times he's gone to his left or right on the screen or in the flat. There's DeQuay Harris, and he's met by a host of Wakefield Warriors. Mike Crawford, the senior for Wakefield, he gets credit for that tackle. Second down for the Generals. They're at the Wakefield 29, by the way, and there you see Crawford on the stop. Not much for DeQuay Harris. All right, here is Seneca. Espinoza turns the corner. There's a flag on the play, crosses a 30, still on his feet. There is a penalty marker on the play. Looks like this will be brought back because there is a hold on the offense right here. Not going to be able to see that. But good running by Espinoza, a nice little stiff arm. And then it takes 3 Wakefield Warriors to bring him down. But bring it all back, folks. All right, and welcome to our broadcast booth. 7-6, 4:44 to go here in the first half. Afshin Banab and the Arlington Independent Media crew. Comcast 69, Fios 38, Wakefield, Washington Lee from War Memorial Stadium. A nice Arlington County matchup. All right, Fexo now with the fake. This time he's going to throw it. And just a bit outside with 4:37 to go. Henry Casey, the intended receiver there. So this will be 4th down and long, 4th and 16, I think. So the punting unit comes out. Now let's see, Leon Young will probably be deep to receive. He'll be the single safety, I'm sure, as he is all the time. Josh Matthews, he's going to keep this one. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage before he's pushed back. I'm sorry, Stephen Dew, the ball carrier. So Wakefield 1st and 10. I don't know about that call. That was interesting. Coach Shapiro thought he'd catch him off guard. Stephen Dew picked it up. It almost looked like a wildcat play because he wasn't really 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. right. Warriors down by 1 with 4.5 remaining here in the second. There's the play action. That one's incomplete. Kareem Hall, the intended receiver on that one, so it's second down now and 10. All on the 36. All right, Wilson under center with the pitch back. There's Leon Young. And had he not been tripped up by DeQuay Harris, the other running back for Washington Lee, had he not been tripped up, he would have been gone. Looked like Harris might have grabbed his shoe at the last second. As you see right here, he gets a nice run, finds a nice little hole. Right there, he's tripped up. He got the first down nonetheless, but he would have been gone, I believe. There's the trip. Anyway, back to live action from War Memorial. And that's Benjamin Sam on that carry on the far side. He gets close to midfield. 3:45 and counting here in the second quarter. All right, second down 7, ball on the 49. There's the pitch again to good old reliable number 24. I'll tell you what, DeQuay Harris and Leon Young, both guys tonight, really being the workhorses for their respective football teams. Harris and Young are doing an excellent job, and they're hanging in there. I know they're a little tired, right? 3:05 to go. I'll make it 3:06, 7-6, Washington Lee. A reminder, next week we are back here for the final game of the regular season. Of course, the other Arlington County matchup, Washington Lee and Yorktown, and that one should be a goodie. Bruce Hansen brings his troops here, as he's never lost at War Memorial Stadium. So that'll be interesting. Washington Lee has beaten Yorktown a couple of times over the past few years, but they were both at Yorktown. But Bruce Hansen's never lost here. That's right, we did an Edison game. That was a big game where he lost to Edison right on this field, a playoff game, or a home game, but Yorktown was being renovated at that time. Frank Haddock, stat man. He comes up with all the great stats, man. All right, Wilson now with the handoff. That is Leon Young again. Just so you know, Frank Haddock, he could tell us when the last broadcast we did where Wakefield won, or the last time that I did a game on my own where somebody had 100 yards rushing. Or Mr. Haddock, you have a mind, I'll tell you. A great memory. One Wakefield road win. He says, I have one Wakefield road win since we've been covering high school football. All right, Riley Wilson now with the pitch. There is Leon Young. I tell you, it looked like he wanted to throw it. I don't know if he lost the ball or if he was set to, or if he had the option in that playbook there. That was a close one. I thought he was going to throw it. Nope, but he didn't get it. Short on that fourth down play. So Washington Lee has it. Look at this. I thought he was going to throw it. Thought he might stop. He had a receiver on the down on the far side, wide open too. Nathan, I don't know if we can get that replay once again. I want to see what he had an option. We'll go backwards here before we return to action. Let's see. Here he is. I don't know if he just was about to lose it and grabbed it. Oh, nope, that's not back far enough, but that's okay. You can see a receiver there. I think he was looking. I don't know if Coach Hogwood gave him the option to possibly throw if he thought he could do it. All right, Fexo now. This one's intercepted. And that is 34, Chris Robertson. And he takes it back to the Washington Lee 40-yard line. So the Warriors with a chance with 2:08 to go to regain the lead. Robertson with his 4th interception now. Had one against Edison, one against Jefferson. 2 of those 4 interceptions resulted in Wakefield touchdowns. Here's Leon Young. He gets up to the 30-yard line. Good run by Young. Jones meets him at the 30. Enough for a Wakefield first down. We call it the 29-yard line, so 11-yard pickup for Mr. Young. All right, there is the pitch to Leon Young. He's got blockers in front. Flag on the play. He picks up about 4. See what the penalty is. And this one goes against Wakefield, so bring it back. Holding on the offense, says David Lund. A minute 41 to go here in the first half. 7-6, Washington Lee on top. Washington Lee kicked off to Wakefield at the opening, and then Wakefield, a 65-yard run on the very first play by Riley Wilson for a touchdown. Washington Lee comes back and they march down the field. They take off a good chunk of time in the first quarter. I think Wilson scored. There was 11 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first quarter when Washington Lee matriculated down the field. By the time they scored, there was about 5:20 to go. And there's been no scoring since. So now we have a minute and a half left here in the first half. Wilson now from the 40-yard line. Wilson looking. He's got a receiver. This one's intercepted by Washington Lee. And that is on the far side. Intercepted right around the 30-yard line. Tyler Lutz, we've already called his name quite a few times, so he picks it up at his own, intercepts at his own 29-yard line. It's officially marked. And he comes all the way up to the 49 of Wakefield. There he is. Good interception, good return by Lutz. Now W&L has a chance to score again before the half. We've had 2 interceptions in the last 65 seconds. Fexo now looking over to the far side. Blade Aliyu, the intended receiver, so second down. .11 to go here. There's a nice run, and that looks like it's Seneca Espinoza as he crosses the 35 to down about the 34-yard line. Good run. But that is DeQuay Harris, pardon me. There is a fumble on the field. Now Wakefield gets it. Here it is. Watch Harris. Good running by Harris. Still has the ball. And it looks like it was stripped by Jamal Zagat. A little help from Antoine Justy. Right there. Right there. Yep, there it is. Wow. There's a 3rd turnover in the last 2 minutes. Well, with a minute flat now, Wakefield has a chance to regain this lead. All right, Wilson standing in the pocket. He looks up top. He's got a receiver. Just overthrown. No flag. That one was close. And there's Justin Moore. That's who I thought I mentioned earlier we have not seen a lot of tonight. Isaiah Archer and Justin Moore. They finally went to Moore on that one, but he couldn't get it. .52 seconds left, 2nd and 10, ball on the 34. Wilson now, he's got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Let's see which way he goes. He's looking over to the far side. He's got a receiver again, just over the outstretched arms of, I believe that's Isaiah Archer over there. Oh, that is 99, Justin Moore, but that was over his outstretched arms. Got to take a little off of that ball. A little bit off of that ball. That velocity of Riley Wilson's incredible. Wilson, a tall quarterback. Ian McBride are about the same. McBride from Yorktown. Welcome back into our broadcast booth. 47 seconds left here in the first half. I am Afshin Banab. Wakefield with the ball at their own 34. 3rd and 10. Looking to put something on the board before we close out this first half. All right. Wilson this time with the handoff. And that's Kareem Hall. There's a timeout, interestingly enough. Washington Lee calls that timeout. It's 4th and 10. They're going to try to possibly get something. 4th and 11, I guess Hall lost 1 on that one. So 4th and 11, ball on the 33. And Coach Shapiro, this is one of the things I love about Coach Shapiro. It doesn't matter how many seconds are on that clock. He's going to try to do something. That was great news, by the way, that Frank Haddock shared with us that Arlington County Superintendent has recommended that Arlington County schools will play each other in 2015, even though they're in different conferences. Washington Lee and Yorktown in Conference 6, Wakefield in Conference 13. They won't play at the end of the season, but they will definitely play during the season. And that is absolutely wonderful news. I have to tell my good broadcast colleague, Chris Jerry, when I have a chance, because he, at the very beginning of the season, when he covered a game here with us at Arlington Independent Media, he said he's hoping that somebody from the Arlington County Board of Supervisors, from the state of Virginia, someone's listening, do not allow them to not play each other. They must remain engaged. You've got to have county rivalries. Excellent county rivalries. Just like in college football, you have Clemson that plays South Carolina, Florida plays Florida State. You know, state rivals, geographic rivals. Here is the punt. And there's a fair catch by Quinn Parks. And there's a penalty marker on the play with 36 seconds left. Yeah, that is great news that they get to play each other. They should. Michigan and Notre Dame, one of the greatest rivalries in college football. Now they won't be playing each other for a while. It makes no sense to me sometimes. I understand the money factor and all of that at college level, but at the high school level, it should always be done. This is county rivals. They go back for years and years and years. As the penalty is against Washington Lee. The kids know each other so well, too. They play together and against each other in other leagues, in summer leagues, basketball, baseball, and it's healthy competition. So it's good news to hear. Hopefully it'll go beyond 2015. Now I'm off my soapbox with 36 seconds left. Fexo. Standing in the pocket, throwing out of the pocket, complete. Gene Jones. gets to about the 44-yard line with 29 seconds left. Look at Jones right there. 29 seconds and counting now. 1st and 10 for Washington Lee. They're going to try to get this ball downfield. Fexo, he goes to the middle. This one's complete again. Seneca Espinoza, 18 seconds. Of course, the clock stops when there's a first down. The referee will spot the ball. Fexo is probably going to have to spike this one real quick. They want to call a play, unless they already have one up his sleeve. Unless I should say he has one up his sleeve right now. 15 seconds and counting. He does spike it. Ball at the 33-yard line. 13 seconds left. Fexo doing a great job getting his team down the field. So 2nd and 10 now for the Generals. Ball at the 33-yard line. 2 big pass plays by Fexo. One to Gene Jones and one to Seneca Espinoza. All right, Will Kelch, the receiver on the near side. Let's see what Fexo does. He's looking up. He sees Kelch. Kelch catches it. Bobbled in the air, but he comes down with it right around the 1-yard line. 6 seconds left. Washington Lee's got to get down there and probably spike the ball. Fexo's got to get them down there. 1st and goal at the 1. Referee's going to put that ball down. The clock is going to start. 6 seconds. Clock starts and he kills it. Now there is a flag with 2 seconds or 1 second. See what the call is. There's a penalty marker here. Kelch with a great catch in midair. Illegal forward pass called on the offense with 1 second left. So Washington Lee now will go for the field goal. Snap good, hold good, flag on the play. Henry Casey with that kick, but illegal procedure on the offense. He never signaled, I don't believe. So they'll move it back another 5 yards. This has been the longest 2.5 minutes to close out a quarter in quite some time. This looks like it's going to be a 27-yard attempt. Snap good, hold good, kick high enough, and it hits the crossbar. Casey's kick hits the crossbar, falls just short. So halftime, Washington Lee 7, Wakefield nothing. Wakefield 6, pardon me. A good first half of football here under the Friday Night Lights from War Memorial Stadium. You are watching high school football on Arlington Independent Media, Comcast 69, FiOS 38. We are back for the second half right after this. All right, we are back getting ready for the second half. Wakefield set to kick off. They're down 7-6. Fexo 11 for 15, 127 yards passing for Washington Lee in the first half. DeQuay Harris 12 carries, 48 yards. Espinoza 4 receptions, 83 yards. This is Diego Orantes picking it up at the 23-yard line on that return, gets up to about the 34. By the way, Casey had 3 receptions for 32 yards. Wakefield, Riley Wilson not too good in the passing department, 2 for 9 and 44 yards. Zane Kokar had that 1 big reception for 34 yards. Young out of the backfield, 10 carries, 38 yards. Let's see what Washington Lee does here with their opening drive of the second half. And now we finally have the stat man, Frank Haddock, back in better than ever.
Yep, on the mic now.
There you go. All right, Fexo, this one almost intercepted. That pass fell incomplete, intended for Seneca Espinoza.
Small's been covering some great defensive plays for Wakefield. That's a couple times we've called out his name tonight.
Yeah, there's been 3 turnovers the last 2 minutes of the first half here. And there was almost one to open up the second half. All right, Fexo now with the handoff. Harris on the far side, turns that corner, crosses the 40-yard line.
Hands the ball off to number 28, Dway Harris. Pushed out of bounds, number 56,
Harris
Kevin Greenwell.
knocked out of bounds by Kevin Greenwell. We've mentioned his name too, Frank.
Yeah, Kevin's been a great defensive player this year.
There he is.
3rd and 3.
Harris with a good run. Loves to turn that corner. 3rd down, 3 now. This one complete. And that is Henry Casey still on his feet. 1st down and a whole lot more. Crosses the Wakefield 40-yard line close to the 35.
Pass and catch is good for Washington Lee. 1st down.
So the Generals marching here the first
Wakefield 37.
possession of the second half. They mark that one at the 37-yard line. All right, Fexo now looking over in the
Incomplete.
in the screen. That was incomplete. And I'll tell you what, Espinoza didn't look like he was ready for it. I don't know if he knew it was coming to him.
2nd and 10 for the Generals. The Wakefield 42.
So this will be 2nd and 10 now for Washington Lee. Pardon me, that ball. Yeah, that ball's at about the 37-yard line. All right, Fexo, as you see right there, good look at number 9 with DeQuay Harris. Right there. There's a throw.
Running Fexo's pass, ball is incomplete.
And that one was incomplete. That was intended for Mr. Kelch.
Paul Halkins had his hands, looks like, his eyes like for an interception for Wakefield almost there too.
Yeah, you feel like there could be another couple turnovers before this is over by either team. 3rd down, 10, ball on the 37. Fexo looking to his left now. That one is going to be well short of the intended receiver.
Fexo's pass, ball is incomplete. Pass was intended for number 1, Blade Aliu.
Blade Aliu was about 5 yards away from that pass.
4th down.
So this will be 4th down now for the Generals. Let's see. Leon Young going back now. And there is Stephen Dew. He will punt.
Number 24, Leon Young. Punting for the Generals, number 5, Stephen Dew.
Young standing at his own 10-yard line.
They
faked it. There is a trick play up there,
didn't work that time.
Sleeve again. It did not work. Leon Young was reading that from his own 10-yard line and was calling out to his teammates. Got lucky there. Bled Aliu was not able to get that ball. But Young was calling that play. There's Dewey with the throw.
With just over 11 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter of play.
About 11 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter now. Wakefield will take over at the 37-yard line. Handoff right up the middle.
Young on the run again for Wakefield.
Pick up a 4 yards for Leon Young.
Tackles made, number 4, Matt Ellis, number 76, Brian Maldonado.
Good run by Young there. Ellis and Maldonado on the stop. He meets him head on. Met by a gang of Washington Lee Generals. There is Riley Wilson passing, rolling out to his right. He completes it on the far side.
Wilson's pass
to Leon Young on the receiving.
Number 24, Leon Young. Tackle made, number 41, Tate Fitzmaurice.
He is short of the 1st down, though. Good catch by Young. He falls forward. He's short. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for Wakefield. Ball now at the 46-yard line. About a yard and a half, really, for the 1st down. All right, big play for Wakefield. Their opening drive of the second half. Wilson's going to keep it himself.
Yep,
he's keeping it, and he's got the 1st down.
Riley Wilson, the ball carrier. stopped at midfield. Wilson's rush is good for a Wakefield first down.
More than enough for the first down. Ball right at the 50-yard line. Watch Riley Wilson with the fake here. Looks like he could even have the option. Keeps it for himself and pounds his way forward and keeps churning those legs as he crosses midfield. Ball just on the other side of the 50-yard line, the Washington Lee side, as it is now 1st and 10 with 9:20 and counting here in the third quarter. Washington Lee showing blitz. There's the handoff to Young. Up the middle, 45. Gets to the 40, still on his feet. 35-yard line, still going. Finally taken down. Leon Young with a good run of 15 yards.
21, Gene Jones.
Gene Jones met him finally, was able to bring him down. Look, 5 yards, 10 yards, still on his feet, spins, churning those legs. He will not be denied. First down for Wakefield at the 35. All right, there's Leon Young again. Oh, he turns the corner. This time he's brought down.
Leon Young, the ball carrier, tackle made.
Tyler Lutz picks him up, gets him down after about see what are they going, a yard and a half gain. Young couldn't turn the corner on that one, Frank.
No, he couldn't.
So this will bring up now second down and 8. Yep, at the 35. At the 34-yard line. In between the 33 and 34, actually. Big play here. Wilson under center. Man in motion. Wilson looking, throws it to his right. This one's intercepted on the far side by Washington Lee. Good run back. DeQuay Harris, the running back for Washington Lee, playing back there, intercepts it. And gets it all the way back. Here it is. Wilson looking. Harris read that all the way. He stepped right in front of the intended receiver. There he is crossing the 50, and he gets to the 36, 37-yard line where Washington Lee will take over. And again, we were just talking about turnovers.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, Fexo with the handoff to DeQuay Harris. I know he's a bit winded after that long return, but he got the call nonetheless. Paul Hawkins on the stop there. 7.5 to go here in the third. Washington Lee with the ball after the turnover. Fexo looking up top. He's got a receiver, and it is complete. Gene Jones. He picks up in the second half where he left off in the first half. Good catch by Jones. And that's more than enough for a first down.
Gene Jones brought down by number 10, Devin Quarles. First and 10 from the 11-yard line.
First and 10 from the 11 now. There's DeQuay Harris trying to find a hole. Gets inside the 10.
Harris, the ball carrier.
You got a flag on the play, too, over there on the 10-yard line.
Find the man in the white cap. We'll see what the flag is, what the penalty is. And this one's holding. It goes against the offense and the Washington Lee Generals. There you see my Lund with the call. So they'll move this one back right about the 20-yard line. They have to get to the 1 for a first down. All right, Fexo now looking to the right side. This one is complete. Right there on the near side. And that is Will Kelch with another good catch.
Tackle made.
Fexo loves
Number
going to Kelsh and
26,
Casey, and
Antoine
those are
Just.
sure hands fellas, I'll tell you that. Watch Kelsh grab that ball, and he holds his hands up exactly the way it should be to catch a ball like that. Here it is again.
There's almost intercepted.
Well, that one's almost
Wakefield did some
intercepted.
great.
Defended by number 11, Cameron Graves. Pass was
Cameron
intended for
Graves
number 80,
on the almost interception there. So this is now 3rd down 14, ball at the 15-yard line. All right, Fexo now, a pass right in the flat, and this is going nowhere.
Screen pass caught by number 28, DeQuay Harris, brought down by number 54, Maurice Gaskins. Fourth down for the Generals, field goal unit on the field. Place kicking for the Generals, number 83, Henry Casey.
Henry Casey now set to kick. This one's going to be a 35-yard kick. Snap is high. Kick is short.
Casey's kick to the left.
That one was short, so couldn't quite get that one to go high or far enough, Frank.
No, and the Warriors have been playing some great defense. That's
Yeah.
twice down that end zone. They were able to hold the Generals to field goals.
So with 5:32 to go, it's still Washington Lee on top by 1.
Wakefield from their own 20-yard line. First and 10, Wakefield. 5:32 remaining third quarter of play.
You know, it's kind of last time Wakefield WNL had a close game was 2008, and you guys were here when it was WNL won 21-20.
That's right. Okay. All the scoring in this game took place early on. The first play of the game was when Riley Wilson ran a 65-yard keeper for a touchdown. Very first play of the game. And then Washington Lee took about a 6-minute drive on their first possession to score, and there hasn't been anything since. We've had some turnovers, a couple of missed field goals. And now here we are with the Wakefield Warriors in control of the ball, down by 1 with 5 minutes to go in the third. All right, man in motion. Wilson now. He's going to keep this one.
Yeah.
Looking.
Yeah,
This one is almost intercepted again.
Wilson's pass broken up.
Gene Jones
by
broke it
number
up,
4,
broke that one
Matt
up.
Ellis.
Check out Gene Jones stepping in front of this. He read this one all the way. Right here. Look at this. Right there. All right, 3rd down now for the Warriors. Ball at the 21. 3rd and 9. Fans starting to chant defense. They're on their feet here at War Memorial Stadium. 3 receivers to the left side for Wilson. This one is
Marquay
caught.
Walton.
Yep, Marquay Walton, but he is short for the first down.
Marquay Walton.
He's 83 in the program, probably. Yeah. This jersey got ripped.
4:20 to go.
Fourth down in the punting unit. Number 14.
There's
Ben
Marquay
Klein,
Walton.
punting
He's well
for
short of the first
Wakefield.
down. The punting unit.
Deep return man for Washington Lee, number 2, Quinn Parks.
Quinn Parks now. The single safety.
Wakefield calls for a timeout with 3:55.
So Wakefield now will call a timeout with 3:55 to go in the third.
Kind of a quiet crowd since it's a 7-6 ball game.
Yeah. Well, there hasn't. I mean, both sides, you know.
Yeah.
There hasn't been much to cheer for,
No.
Frank. You know.
If we were in the gym with basketball, we'd have a lot of noise, though.
Yes. What do you think about the basketball season, Frank, the upcoming season with Tony Bentley at Wakefield?
Oh, he graduated a lot last year, but he's
Yeah.
still optimistic about another great season.
Well, he's got Dominique Tam,
coming
so,
back, yeah.
you know, he'll be a junior or senior. I can't remember.
He's
now.
a senior
He'll
this
be a
year.
senior. All right, he's a senior. All right.
The Wakefield WNL Showdown comes up January 16th over here at WNL.
That should be good.
And Marsha Richardson expecting a good squad from the Wakefield girls this year.
Oh, yeah. This one's going to be a short punt.
Lions punt down at the Wakefield 48-yard line.
Right at the Generals are going to take over first and 10. Great field position. Looking forward to basketball season.
Yeah, I thought Tony Bentley would be here tonight because he's a WNL alumni, but he's not here.
No, he is a WNL alum.
This is usually the one game he comes to a year for Wakefield when he plays, especially when it.
It is a cold night, no matter what color you're wearing. Cold night under the Friday night lights on Halloween night. As Duquay Harris turns the corner again, crosses the 40, still on his feet.
Duquay Harris, the ball carrier, knocked out of bounds.
To the Wakefield 30 and then out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Harrison's rush is good for Washington Lee. First down.
Look at him go. Good blocking on that side, too. First and 10, ball on the 29, 3:33 to go. There's the give to Harris once again. He tries to cut it back. He is stopped right away, right around the 30.
Back at the line of scrimmage.
They got Harris good on that one. You can see he's tired. He's also a little frustrated there. He thought he was going to get something out of nothing, but he couldn't. Second down, 11. A loss of 1 there. Fexo. This one's complete. And there's a fumble. Ball is loose.
Fexo's pass completed to number 83, Henry Casey.
Yeah, Henry Casey,
We also have
the
two flags
intended
over
receiver.
Penalty markers on the
There are
play.
2 flags on the play. Let's see what David Lund calls. Man in the white cap stepping up, about to make the signal. Personal foul, face mask, that's against the Wakefield defense.
Penalty is a personal foul. Face mask on the defense.
All right, half the distance to go, so this is an automatic first down. It's first and goal now for Washington Lee as you see the replay. Henry Casey picks it, runs with it, loses it, and then finally, I believe, Solazarno recovers the fumble. So it's first down and goal. Duquay Harris tries to churn his way through.
Duquay Harris.
Ball was spotted at the 3-yard line, so he's short of the goal. He picks up a little bit. 2:30 and counting now here in the third quarter. He picks up 2 on that one officially, so it's second down goal, ball at the 1. Looks like Duquay Harris is coming out now.
Number 6,
Espinoza is in. Seneca Espinoza, the ball carrier right now at this goal to go here for Washington Lee. He gets the call.
Wakefield defense is doing a great job. They refuse to let WNL in the
Yeah.
end zone.
Big third down play now here. There's a loss actually, so
Yeah.
2-yard line. Espinoza comes back out. Duquay Harris back in.
Third and goal for the Generals.
It's important that Wakefield keeps them to a field goal to make it a close game for them because they haven't done much in the air.
Harris back in.
All right. Fexo under center, gives it to Harris. Stops. Looks like he is stopped short. And this will be 4th down now. Frank, what do you do if you're Coach Shapiro? A minute 20.
They look like they're going to try. I'd go for the.
They are going to try.
They're going to try. I take the 3 points to, you know, get a 4-point lead. Because Wakefield does have a decent field goal kicker this year.
Oh, yeah.
He had a 36-yard field goal in that Falls Church before he kicked the game-winning one.
All right, here we go now. Fexo with the give. The corner. Touchdown, Washington Lee. DeQuay Harris was able to get around that corner inside the pylon for a touchdown. Generals extend their 1-point lead now. So it's a 7-point lead, pending this extra point. Here is DeQuay Harris. Fexo now under center. Harris got the call, stiff-armed a defender and just got inside that pylon. Good run. Extra point now with 52 seconds left. And that one's good by Henry Casey. 14-6. Still Wakefield within 1 touchdown plus a 2-point conversion of tying this game. And here it is, that old saying, right? The extra point.
Point comes on you.
It comes back to haunt you.
And there's a lot of games where you miss the extra point. I've seen high school where it's been right now 14-6. I've seen a lot of teams lose 14-13 and things like that.
That's right. 52 seconds left here in the third quarter.
The Generals, number 76, Brian Maldonado.
All right, Maldonado set to kick off.
Deep returner for Wakefield, number 26, Antoine Just.
Antoine Just is the deep returner for the Wakefield Warriors.
Good run back.
Maldonado with a short kick over to the left side, and this one's going to go out of bounds. Don't like to see that one.
No, high school with that NFL rule where I'm not in favor of that, where they get the ball at the 30, 35,
right,
or re-kick. They get 35, but since it's still, I consider kids' game, I think they should just let them. It's not always his fault the ball ran out of bounds.
No. No, I kind of agree there with you, Frank. Maybe they shouldn't penalize him so much, at least.
No.
15 yards.
Let's give him a 5-yard penalty.
Right. Okay, Wilson now. The give on the end around. Nothing doing for Bemet Seymoun. Tyler Lutz on the stop. Bemet Seymoun, the senior for Wakefield. You've seen him in motion quite a bit tonight. 30 seconds left, third quarter. Zane Kokar, the receiver on the far side. Wilson with the fake, keeps it, crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line. That'll be the end. That'll be the last play of the third quarter, with Washington Lee up 14-6. And this will bring up a third down, about 4 for the Warriors.
At the end of the third quarter of play, Washington Lee 14, Wakefield 6.
Strike of the band. Got to try to get the crowd into it, both sides. Washington Lee's home crowd not into it tonight. It is a low-scoring contest, and the Generals are winning. We come to you from War Memorial Stadium in beautiful Arlington County, Virginia, Washington Lee High School. And the Generals are up 14-6 over their county rivals, the Wakefield Warriors. Washington Lee in Conference 6, Wakefield in Conference 13. National district rivals and Arlington County rivals, I should say. Still love the national district.
Yeah, for football only, really, because the schedule came out before they realigned the districts in the conference. You have to play the same schedule 2 years.
That's right, back-to-back years. All right, the Warriors now with the ball. 3rd down 4. Wilson, this one's complete on the far side to Zane Kokar. He gets the first down. Wilson out of the pistol. Looks over to his left, and Kokar on that timing pattern, catches it for the first down. So Wakefield now 1st and 10 at the 48. Young, nice sidestep, still on his feet. Going, crosses the 40 to 35-yard line. Good run by Young. Watch how he sidesteps. I don't know, Nathan, if we can have a replay, Nathan in the booth or down in the truck. Check out this replay. Look at the sidestep right at the opening of that handoff, the way he sidestepped a Washington Lee defender. We didn't get to see that, but the run was pretty nonetheless. It's funny how he got the ball and boop, he took a step back before he started running. That was my John Madden, okay? All right, 11-10 to go here in the 4th quarter. Wakefield threatening to score, down by 8. Wilson looking, got a receiver. This one's complete over at the 25-yard line. Isaiah Archer with a nice catch as he falls to his knees.
Down at the 25-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
Good pickup there. Watch Archer now. Kokar's or Wilson looking, takes his time, and then he drills it to Archer, who had to get down on his knees to catch that one as the ball was low. Able to maintain possession. 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3 ball on the 25. Kareem Hall now, he's going to try to pick up the first down. He crosses the 25, maybe gets 2.
Tackle made, number 86, Kiani
Solizano on the stop.
2 yards on the carry.
So it'll be 3rd down 1.
3rd and 2.
Ball at the 23-yard line. .9:45 to go. Wilson looking, going up top.
Top to Marquay Walton.
In and out of his hands. Marquay Walton was struggling with the cornerback. Looked like he almost had it though.
Pass was intended for number 85.
Now Wakefield's going to go for it. It'd be a 40-yard field goal if he tries.
Yeah.
You can tell he's already going to go for it because there's no signs of the field goal kicker coming in.
All right, Walton will take a seat now.
4th and 2.
4th and 2. Remember, they don't need the touchdown. All they need is a first down. Just keep the drive alive. Zane Kokar, the receiver on the far side, the only one out there. Out of the I formation now, Riley Wilson. Hall moves over in the slot. I'm sorry, Young moves over in the slot, and there is a timeout, Wakefield. So what do you call here, Frank? 4th down, about 2.
I do a pass. They look like they're lined up for a pass, though. But I do a run, really. But
well, they started out of the I formation, and then Young went into the slot before the timeout.
Unfortunately, it's 2nd timeout. Wakefield's used this
Right.
half, too, so they're down to 1. And one of the things that helped them against Falls Church, they were behind. They had all 3 timeouts left in that game, which helped them stop the clock. Because Falls Church went 3 and out when they came back on the game.
Right, with a minute and something, right?
They had him.
Almost 2 minutes, maybe.
There was
I remember.
2:23 left to go when they got the ball back.
Okay.
In that
And
Falls
they were able
Church
to use
game.
all 3 timeouts. All right, let's see what they do if they change their scheme. Once again, out of the eye. Kokar, the receiver on the far side. This time, no one's moving to the slot. Wilson now with the handoff. No, he keeps it.
Keeps it. He
Gets
has
the first down.
Wilson on the midline.
How about that delay by Riley Wilson, Frank?
Yeah.
He faked the handoff, but it looked like Young had it. Riley Wilson didn't move. Watch this. Riley Wilson didn't move. Watch Wilson. Stands there. Now he moves. He had that little delay, enough to get the first down. Ball officially marked at the 20. 9:25 to go. There is the handoff to Young. He's got a little hold, still on his feet. Good, nice pickup by Leon Young. Good hard run.
Tackle made, number 2, Quinn Parks.
Quinn Parks on the stop.
Ball being marked at the Washington Lee 13-yard line.
WNL 13-yard line. So that was a 7-yard pickup, second down. Once again out of the I formation. A little change up
Kareem
here.
Hall.
Is that Kareem Hall? Yes.
Green keeps going an extra effort on that game. She'll get a first down on that one.
Tackle is made. Matt Ellis, number 7. De Orantes. Hall's rush is good for a first down. First and goal, Wakefield.
Watch Hall's run there. Still on his feet, churning and churning those legs. Will not be denied.
First and goal at the 7.
Man in
Leon
motion.
Young and
There's
run.
Leon
He's
Young, and he's
going
going to
in.
score. Touchdown, Wakefield.
7-yard run.
Handball to number 24, Leon Young. Bringing it
So
into
Wakefield will
the
go
end
for
zone.
2.
7-yard rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they should go for 2 here. 14-12, 8:16 to go in regulation.
You know, one thing about this Warriors team, though, that this year's Warriors team just don't quit. They're behind, and you can see they made every effort to get in the end zone.
He certainly did. So 8:16 to go, and it's a 2-point Washington Lee lead. Wakefield now will go for the 2-point conversion. Tie this one up. Wilson with the fake, rolling out, throws it, complete.
Leon Young.
And there it is, Leon Young.
Pass
He
completes
catches
number
it.
24, Leon Young.
And that'll tie this game up. Folks, new ball game, 8:16 to go.
We're tied at 14. 8:16 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Check Young out here in the flat, gets open quickly. Young sees him and delivers the ball. So now, let's see if Washington Lee can answer.
Returners for Washington Lee, number 8, Peter Cook.
All right, Peter
Number
Cook
80, Will Kelch.
and Will Kelch,
For the Warriors,
deep
number
for the
14, Ben Klein.
Washington Lee Generals. Here's Klein's kick. And that's Kelch with the ball.
Number 80, Will Kelch on the return. Tackle
He gets
made.
up near
Number
the
54,
30-yard line.
Maurice Gaskins.
Washington Lee
Lee's
now
gonna
will take over.
First and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
There's Kelch. Can't really find a hole. Not much of a play there. He gets it back to about the 30-yard line, though. It's a good effort. All right, receivers on both sides now, 2 on each. That one's complete. Ronnie Fexo's pass complete to Henry Casey, and that's for a first down.
First and 10 Generals.
Way to go, Casey, hanging on to that ball. Fexo with some good numbers tonight, Frank.
Yeah.
He had 127 yards in the first half. Here he is. Good Casey. Way to hang on to that ball, though, as it was being delivered. 127 yards in the first half, and he's added to it in the second half. Fexo looking over on the screen. There's a double pass. There's one. There's the pass. That one's low.
Stephen Dew's pass.
Fexo to Dew.
Pass was intended for number 6.
Dew threw it to Seneca Espinosa, but it was a bit short.
Second down.
So this will bring up second down now. .7:35 to go. Throw, almost intercepted, but it is caught. Fexo's pass completed to 83, Henry Casey. The interesting thing is Antoine Justy, it looked like it went through his hands. As you see here, Fexo, Justy gets up, and it looks like it just went through his hands, just above his fingers, and Henry Casey came down with it. Good concentration by Casey. Here we are, first down. Duquay Harris going to try to cut to the outside. He does, crosses the 35, picks up a couple.
Number 28, Duquay Harris. Gain of 2 on the play.
He picks up 2. 7:11 to go here after he was knocked out of bounds. Second down, 9. That pass is complete with his knee. Henry Casey with a nice catch, but he was down because his knee was on the ground, down by contact, as the official calls. So ball at the 30-yard line, and it's third down, about 5 to go. Washington Lee at the Wakefield 30. Big play for the Generals here. Fexo now out of the pistol. Harris back there with him. Fexo now staying in the pocket. He's got Gene Jones up top.
Touchdown.
This one's caught. Touchdown, Washington Lee. See what the marker is? I believe it will be against Wakefield. Looked like the Wakefield corner was draped all over Gene Jones, and he was still able to come up with it. Let's see. Couldn't quite see it there. Actually, it's holding on the defense. So obviously that will be declined, and it is a touchdown for Washington Lee. They are up now. (20-14) pending the extra point.
Can it be on the kickoff?
Let's see, they're going to discuss it. There's holding against the defense.
Holding call on the defense. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
On the kickoff is where it will be assessed, that penalty. So
Washington Lee touchdown.
25-yard catch by Gene Jones. This will be interesting. There's a penalty against Wakefield. Now what do you do? Still go for the extra point, Frank?
Oh, yeah, you go for
Yeah.
the,
Definitely.
You don't,
You don't play with that one.
yeah, because you want your 7-point lead. You don't want to,
Right.
unless you can find them sleeping off guard to try to sneak it in for 2, but.
All right, Henry Casey now set to kick the extra point.
And they're declining.
Has been declined. Point after attempt, number 83, Henry Casey.
All right, snap good. Hold good. Kick is partially blocked
Now you don't. A lot of kids keep thinking
You
this
can
ain't
run
college.
back.
Yeah,
Right.
You don't.
Right.
You don't get no 2 points.
You don't. Jamal Zagat picked it off in the air and was going to run it back, but no reason to. It's not like college. You're right.
And they don't have plans to add that in high school football.
Maybe they should have gone for 2, Frank. All right, 6:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Good game tonight from War Memorial Stadium. Abshin Manab, Frank Haddock, and the Arlington Independent Media crew. Comcast 69, FiOS 38. Now that defensive holding call on that Gene Jones touchdown catch, that'll be assessed on the kickoff here. So they'll kick from the 50, by the way. And Brian Maldonado will kick off. Antoine Just deep to receive the kickoff. Let's see if Maldonado can get his foot really into this kick. Get in the end zone probably. Not in the end zone, but it is back there and was picked up at about the 12-yard line. Andre Just. Diego Orantes stops Andre Just. We've got some Just brothers out there.
Yes. You know, there's been a lot in the play years for WNL Wakefield, but that last name is Zagut or Zagat.
Right.
Played in Arlington, and you probably remember calling their names.
I do.
Wakefield and WNL had, well, he transferred over to WNL. They had a player in the 90s by that name.
Could be related.
Yep.
All right, that is Hall. Or Leon Young, pardon me, gets it to about the 25-yard line. I don't know why I'm doing that. Leon Hall, the cornerback for Cincinnati from the University of Michigan. And I keep calling Young Hall.
Second down from the Wakefield 25-yard line.
I actually know Leon Hall, so that's probably part of the reason. All right, there's Young again. Turns the corner.
Number 24, Leon Young, the ball carrier. Pushed out of bounds by number 21, Gene Jones.
Gene Jones on the stop there. Picks up about, what, they got 2, maybe 3. So this will bring up 3rd down. Wakefield with 5:46 to go, 3rd and 2.
27-yard line.
Ball at the 27-yard line.
Kareem on the
there
run,
is
but the
good.
general
Yep.
stopped him on that one.
They certainly did. Lutz and Ellis combined to make the stop. So fourth down,
2.
Frank.
They look like they're going to go for it. I'm not in favor of it, but I guess the feeling is if you don't go for it now, who knows if you're going to get your chance on the ball again. So
Exactly. All right,
He
set
just-
it up. Zane Kokar, the receiver on the near side, out of the I formation now. Riley Wilson under center. He has the give,
And he got
and
it.
that's the first down. I believe that is Hall, or Young.
Young. Oh, it's
Leon
hard. Yeah, I
Young.
know. Hall and Young.
Well, there was always Hall and Oates.
I know. I was going to say.
Nobody knows Hall and
all we
Oates
need
but
is
you
an
and I.
Oates.
Number 7, Diego Arantes also in on the stop.
All right, Arantes on the stop.
Young's rush.
I guess we need them both here to say I can't go for that since we miss the names.
34-yard line.
You guys Google Hall and Oates, a great singing group, duo out of Philadelphia. A couple of guys with some soul back in the 80s, 70s and 80s. All right, Wilson now. He's got a receiver. That
Zane
one's
Kokar.
complete. Zane Kokar. I believe that is
Riley
his.
Wilson's pass completed to
Yeah,
number
Zane
one,
was
Zane's
in and out the last couple weeks. He had a slight injury, so he wasn't really playing much
tackle made
offense
by
lately.
Well,
28
certainly
Trey
didn't show
Harris.
there, as it was a nice catch for a first down. Ball now at the 45-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go
From their own
in regulation.
45-yard line.
Wakefield down by 6.
In his freshman year, he started out as a quarterback for the Warriors. His freshman, but the last 2 years he didn't have to
That's
because
correct.
Riley Wilson was there
Yes.
for Wakefield.
Wilson now, there is the pitch back. Leon Young on his feet, brought down by a host of Washington Lee Generals. We talked about earlier that the extra point could come back to haunt Wakefield.
Now it's might come back down
No,
to
Washington Lee, right.
Juwan Hernandez,
There's a 1-yard loss for Leon
number
Young.
41, Tate Fitzmaurice.
Tate Fitzmaurice on the stop.
2nd and 11 for the Warriors.
All right, 3:30 and counting now. 2nd down, 11 for Wakefield. They've got to march. Seum on the.
Zane Kokar.
Oh, that's Zane Kokar again.
And Wilson got that pass out before getting
He did.
avoiding a sack.
That's enough for a
Pass
first
catch is
down.
good for another Wakefield first down.
I was going to say Semun in motion before that pass. So this will be first down. There's a good Zane Kokar, good hands. He's part of the good hands people tonight.
Yep.
All right, 1st and 10, ball on the 42-yard line. There's Kareem Hall,
Kareem.
still on his feet into the next level.
Now there's a flag over there on the 38.
Tackle made, number 4, Matt
And it looks
Wallace.
like it might be coming back. And yeah, it looks like it's on Wakefield.
Holding call on the offense.
Yep, there's a holding on Wakefield, so they'll bring this one back. That's too bad. That was a good run by
Yeah.
Kareem Hall.
And if you're W now, you're saying, well, if it wasn't a hold, the clock would be running, but
Yeah.
Billy stops the clock.
So they'll move this one way back,
Back.
and this will be first and about, is it 20? Let's see.
Leading first down
Well,
from the Wakefield 49.
There's a replay, but again, there's a hold, so bring that replay back. Let's see. First down. Ball on the 48, their own 48.
Wilson is going to avoid a sack. It's an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. Rushed on the play.
He was rushed on that one.
Number 7, Diego Orantes. Number 41, Tate Fitzmaurice.
So this will be 2nd down, 20 now, ball on the 48. .240 to go.
Second
Wakefield
down
with
for
the
Warriors
ball.
from their own 49.
Down by 6.
Right, 2nd and 20. The Warriors are running the ball.
Yep,
And
they are.
Leon
And
Young.
there's Leon Young in the
He
next
might
level
go.
again. He's on his feet. He's on his way to the house. Let's see.
We got a 52-yard
Touchdown, Wakefield.
Number 24, Leon Young.
His 2nd of the night. 52 yards.
Rushing
It looked like the
touchdown.
Generals were expecting him to pass. They kind of tricked him on that one. See, I say the Warriors just don't give up. And it's a long time you hear the Warrior fan film make all that noise in the 4th quarter
Yeah.
for a away game.
Here he is. They did expect him to pass, I think,
Pass
and then
they
Leon got it.
Got it and ran right through it.
Right into the next level. Took it to the house, Frank.
So we got Ben Klein on to see if he can make his extra point.
Quentin Parks couldn't get him. The important extra point. The all-important extra point. Snap good. Hold good. Kick long enough, and
It's
it is no good.
How do you like that one? I guess the one.
That was high and long
No,
enough.
no,
It was
I know.
too far right. That was wide right.
Maybe someone has a bookie on in Vegas on this game tonight for extra points. You know, the days are gone. The old journal newspapers, they used to have the editor Paul Bergeron used to make picks, you know, and he'd have by 3, or he'd throw some, like when Sean Carey was the coach at Wakefield, he put W&L Wakefield swim coach.
Okay.
You know, he put Generals by 3. Sean was at Wakefield, but he picked W&L in that game, but he threw that in as a comment. Which Sean still coaches swimming at Wakefield.
Still does now.
Yeah, and he works at Yorktown.
Isn't that funny?
You know, just as a swim instructor.
Let's see what we do here now, Frank. 2:29 to go. Turnovers, missed extra points.
Point on both sides.
On both sides.
Hey, you thought it might be a 21-21 tie. Now you got a 20-20. And doesn't 2020 come on a Friday night at 10 o'clock? Here we got it at Washington Lee High School. And W&L might get a good run off. He might.
And that is Will Kelch still on his feet to the 40. 35-30, finally driven out of bounds. Will Kelch. Big return for Washington Lee. 2:16 to go.
I see. Well, W&L has had it a couple of years. Yorktown started. You know, W&L has it here where they got the senior student body in the end zone.
Yeah, they are there.
Yeah.
Watch Kelch on this return, Frank. Picks it up at about the 14-yard line, and off to the races he goes. Outrunning almost everybody. Found a nice hole there before he was taken out. First and 10 now for the Generals at the Wakefield 26-yard line on a great return by Kelch. Fexo finds a receiver in the open, and that's the Washington Lee touchdown.
Covers a 26-yard pass.
Seneca Espinoza. One play, 26 yards, after a huge return by Will Kelch off the kickoff. And Washington Lee, just like that, up by 6 again. Now with 2:09 to go.
No, I think he'll make the extra point this time.
Coach Shapiro might just say, let's go for 2, you know. Let's see now. Kelch. Or Casey, pardon me.
You know, West Potomac was the first team I used to run with W&L. You go up and down and try to trick them. Now Washington's going to call their timeout.
Let's see what they're going to call a timeout now here. I guess Coach Shapiro does want to talk about it a little bit.
Please find your way down to the track near our administrators. You're missing a black cell phone. The administrators have found it.
It's been kind of for a fairly low-scoring game. It's been kind of a wild game.
In the fourth quarter, yeah. No quit.
We've had turnovers. We've had missed extra points. We've had penalties.
And we've had no quit in both teams, though.
No, we've had no quit in both teams.
Like
both
nobody
teams
wants
are playing
to lose
hard.
this game. Both teams are like, I don't want to lose.
The quarterbacks are playing hard. The running backs are playing real. I mean, Zane Kokar, Henry Casey, these guys are catching some great passes. Seneca Espinoza, we've seen him do quite a bit tonight. On defense, Tyler Lutz, Kevin Greenwell, we've called their names.
And like the Generals are laying out, just like I said, West Potomac used to do this, try to pull you and run it for 2 points.
Well, let's see what they do here. The line is over on the left side, the kicker.
This should be the old Danny Meyer play.
That's right, the old Danny. You got to tell people who Danny Meyer is.
Well, now he's acting principal at W.T. Woodson. He did coach Robinson last year. He came out of retirement to coach football for 1 year.
All right, here's the PAT. Snap good, hold good. Kick is good. Big point after for Henry Casey.
Danny Meyer, as you know, I only know anything about stats. He's the only one that won a Division V and Division VI, which West Potomac won in 88, 89.
80s, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 88.
Here's the all-important extra point.
He also won some states at Chantilly, too.
Okay.
But that was his play.
There you see it, folks. 2:09 to go, 27-20. Washington Lee on top of Wakefield as traffic zooms by.
Yeah, when you drive by here, you don't know what the score is anymore, because a long time in the old days, it was scored on that side.
Over there, yeah. when you look at the scoreboard, you see the traffic in the background. But the scoreboard before they renovated Washington Lee a few years ago, the scoreboard was over at the other end of the field. You could walk by and see that. You could drive by and look at the score. But I'm not advocating that you would look at the score as you drive by, because that's not a good idea, you know. Yeah. There's the kickoff.
Well, when they first put that over there, I heard when they built the new school, you know, Dobson told me the basketball coach had an idea to have tailgate parties up on the upper deck, and they could see the scoreboard from there. But I see it doesn't look like it caught on over here.
Not quite, but
he told me that the teachers' lounge is up there on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
But
let's see, 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
For W&L, this will be the longest 2 minutes and 1 second left.
Well, they better play with a sense of urgency now, Frank, because
now you're going to find Wakefield passing, though.
Yeah.
We got a penalty flag again. You know, when I was out in Edison for Wakefield Edison, our halftime was at 8:20. The game got over at 10:08. There was 26 penalties combined between Wakefield and Edison in the second half.
Wow.
5-yard penalty, 1st and 5.
There were too many men on the field? Was that what that call was?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a bad call. Or not a bad call. That was a bad penalty, a really bad penalty to have at this stage of the game. There is the pitch out. Good run.
Wilson pitches the ball out to number 20.
By
Number 6.
Sayoum. Benmet Sayoum with a good run. Well, he can put on the afterburners when he turns the corner, Frank.
Yeah, he sure can.
1st and 10, Wakefield from their own 44-yard line.
A minute 50 and counting here from their own 44. The Wakefield Warriors down by 7 here in the 4th quarter.
This is where Wayne probably wished he still at least one of those 2 times. They still have 1 timeout left, but.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind having another one. Sayoum in motion now. There's the fake being pressured. There's a man. This one's almost intercepted.
Yeah, almost sent up, and Marquay Walton was over there too.
Yeah, intended for Walton. Quinn Parks shaken up as he gets up. So 2nd down for Wakefield. Wilson out of the pistol. He fakes it in the pocket, unloads again, and this one's incomplete. A minute 23 to go as the clock stops off that incompletion. So this will be
3rd down.
3rd down and 10. Ball on the 44. You know, a lot of time, Frank, you don't have, you know, there's no reason to go for it all. You can get these in bits and pieces. A lot of time left on the clock. You still have 1 timeout, I believe, right? And you always have the sideline as your friend.
Right, and one thing about a high school, you get a
The
first down, the clock stops until they move the chains.
So 2 down territory here. There's the fake again. This time back in the flat to Leon Young. He's got room, crosses the 50 to the 40. 35, still on his feet, still going to the 25-yard line.
And one
First
thing
down.
Leon did well, he chose not to go out of bounds, kill the clock. He knew he could get some extra yards.
Tackle made, number 2, Quinn Parks.
Quinn Parks on the stop. Good run by Young.
1st and 10, Wakefield.
That was a 30-yard gain on pass.
Here it is. There's the fake to Young. Wilson turns around,
and
throws it back to him in the flat.
Right, and he chose not to go out of bounds. He chose to get more yards instead of stopping the clock.
All right, 1st and 10 now. Ball on the 26-yard line officially. Wilson out of the gun now looking. He's got a receiver on the far side. This one's almost intercepted. There was too much air under it.
Defended by number 21, Gene Jones.
Gene Jones on the stop there. There's Frank Haddock, Afshin Banab. Wave hi, Frank. Wave.
Hi.
There you go. All right, second down. 47 seconds left. See how much pressure they get on Wilson here.
And I think they know the Warriors going to have to pass, even though they got the one timeout left.
Under center is Wilson. There's the handoff on the misdirection. That is number 34, Chris Robertson. Bull rushes his way forward, gets inside the 15-yard line for a first down.
Tackle made, number 21, Gene Jones.
Good misdirection play.
And number 4, Matt Ellis. That rush is good for Wakefield.
Ellis and Jones on the stop. Enough for that Wakefield first down, as I just mentioned. 32 seconds and counting. First and 10 now.
It's going to come down to about 3 more plays, but the Warriors are wasting a lot of time.
They're wasting a lot of time. They're not playing with a sense of urgency.
But the Generals called timeout.
Yeah.
But they let 12 seconds get off that clock. No, Wayne's coming out to. WNL must have had a reason why they wanted to call timeout, though, unless they didn't have their defense straight. Out there talking to the Generals is former Wakefield coach Ron Files.
So Washington Lee up by 7, 27 to 20. 21 seconds to go. Quite the entertaining game, Frank.
Yeah, it sure has. I'm a little bit surprised that even on both sides, that it's a good turnout, but WNL is a home team, but the Wakefield didn't seem like many came out over here. And
right.
It's not that far. I mean, Wakefield's closest game all year is Stewart, when it's their turn, but this is the closest away game for Wakefield all year.
All right, here we go.
Well,
Wilson
he's
now.
Under pressure. He looks like
he's taken down from behind.
So Wayne's going to have to use his last timeout.
Yep, and he does. 14 seconds left. Kruger gets him from behind. Drags him to the ground. So Wakefield uses their final timeout. As you see Wilson here looking, he has to step up and run. Kruger got through that line and then picks him up, catches him from behind, brings him down. And then the Wakefield timeout with 14 seconds left.
The one that was a surprise turnout for Wakefield this year when they played Jefferson was the first home game. Everyone came out. But they also had, the alumni had something going on that night too, but
yeah,
you couldn't get a seat on the Wakefield sidelines that night. We got 14 seconds left. We'll probably get down to 2 plays. Wakefield still has 1 timeout left since WNL called it.
Okay, here we go, folks.
Second down.
Wilson now.
I'm surprised they're running that. No, this
There's
is a fake. They
pitch.
tried
Like
that.
an option. Let's see what he
they
does.
better watch it so the time don't run out on him.
He's going to throw it, and this is a bad throw, but it's also incomplete. Leon Young with 4 seconds left now.
Well, here's the last play of the game.
There's a penalty marker on the
See what the
flag.
marker
It
is. He
might
may
be
have crossed the line of scrimmage, Frank.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's going to
It
hurt
looked like he
Wakefield.
did. That's why I said it was a bad call.
Illegal forward pass called on the offense.
So that's going to hurt the Warriors for sure.
Yep. There's Hall. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, still on his feet, and then he throws it. He gets just past the 15-yard line, and the line of scrimmage was the 13-yard line.
So we're down to 1 play.
It was very close to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think he would have done that if he knew what the time-wise was, but I think it's what made him throw the pass.
So this is the final play of the game.
Someone's calling timeout.
Washington Lee calls timeout again here. They want to get that defense set.
So if the Generals hang on to win this game, next week's winner will get bragging rights in Arlington between Yorktown and Washington Lee. WNL had it last year for the first time since 1978. I know they like to get it one more time for 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Well, the first time since '78. Yeah.
Yeah, because the playoffs, that year that WNL won the playoff game, you know, Yorktown had in the regular season, but
yeah,
WNL won the biggest one of all when they ended that streak against Yorktown. And then last year they won the big game by Clemson, the district.
Shapiro has certainly changed the culture of Washington Lee just as much as Hogwood is now doing that with Wakefield.
Yeah, when Shapiro got in the playoffs, he was, you know, it was nice for him. He got his first playoff year. He got a victory over Yorktown.
Yeah, he did.
Then they lost a tough one here last year against Stonewall Jackson.
All right, Frank, third down. And this is probably the last play of the game. Wilson out of the gun. Staying in the pocket. He throws it to his right, and that was incomplete, and there is your ball game. 27-20, Washington Lee victorious over the Wakefield Warriors, and this helps them big time in the playoff run. As Wakefield is already in the playoffs, this really gives WNL a push.
Yeah, it does, and you know the Warriors didn't quit in this game. They still have Wayne knew these teams, these Arlington teams were going to be hard on them, but they still have a goal to go 7-3 and host their first playoff game in school history.
And they will. Hopefully they will, and we'll hopefully have all three Arlington schools in the playoffs. That would be great. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Haddock, stat man from Wakefield. I appreciate it.
Appreciate being here. And
awesome game.
Maybe we'll see you in the playoffs because Wakefield might be the only Arlington team hosting one.
That's right. So final score, as you see the good game, final score, Washington Lee 27, Wakefield 20. As you see the players, they don't say really good game anymore. You know, they just say game, 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 game. That's what they do. Good game. 27-20, Washington Lee on top. People are talking to us up here in the booth. 27-20, the Generals with a huge victory over their county rivals. And as Frank said, next week it'll be for bragging rights right here at War Memorial Stadium when Yorktown comes to town. That is it. For Frank Haddock, I'm Afshin Banab and the rest of the Arlington Independent Media crew. Final score, Washington Lee 27, Wakefield 20. See you next week right here from War Memorial Stadium. Good night, everybody.